Hi guys, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter, and today I'm coming to you with a quick project share. I have been attempting to film this in the hopes of just sharing it, and I've been having a little trouble, so hopefully I can post this to YouTube today. However, just moving along, I wanted to share a couple of projects that I've been working on. The first thing I wanted to share was just this cute little card that I made, and this was made with a stamp that I've had in my stash for quite a long time from Stampabilities called An Apple a Day, and I thought it was beautiful for the fall. And here we are, almost December, and I'm just now showing you this card, but I wanted to share how what I used to color it in were oxide inks from Ranger. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of color there, and of course my lighting never does it justice, but it's quite bright. And here the flowers that you see here, they reminded me of apple blossom, even though technically they're not. But here where I live, we have tons and tons of apple trees everywhere, so apple blossoms are something that we get to see, and they're absolutely gorgeous and they smell so beautiful. So I thought that would be really pretty to go along with that. And then I also used an embossing folder that I did add oxide ink to give color to the paper. And then these items here I actually colored with alcohol markers. So, but everything else was colored with oxides. And here's the actual stamp. So this is actually from House Mouse Designs, and I just think it's adorable. So I did add some glimmer and gloss to it, of course. And then on the inside I used a paper collection that I have, and even though it might, you know, look as spring colors, I loved it because it had so much green in it. And to me, I thought of the brighter colors of fall that we get, the oranges and the bright greens and yellows. So that's what I decided to use on that. And so anyway, setting that aside, the next project that I'm going to share with you, I'll start with these embellishments here. And what I used here was, I recently got this Richard Bry stamp set and die. I mean, I've had it in my stash, I just recently finally used it. And as you can see it has a stamp and die there, and then this one here, and I showed that in a previous video, but what I decided to do was that I did want to use that stamp, and it cuts out beautifully, if you can tell there. And then I also wanted to make the envelopes a little bit easier, because with that stamp set you have to cut the envelope twice. And I don't know, I don't actually know if I made it easier, but I used this here, which was the mini envelope punch board. And I picked this up just to see if I would even like it, and if you can see there, it's got the little tool here to fold your paper, to crease it, and all that other stuff. You're probably very familiar with these types of things, but that's the first one I've purchased. So I made the little envelopes with that. And then what I did was that the measurement system on that little board tells you how big or small you can make your little envelopes. I used a 4 1/8 size for the actual envelope, and then for the liner that I placed on the inside, I went down to 4 inches, even though that's not listed on that. Then I used a Spellbinder's die for the butterflies that you see there, and those are sprayed in gold, and another little die for the flowers, and then I placed the pearls in the center. And I'm really happy with that. And then I made this little border here, added pearls and all that other stuff. It says greetings. And this is a little flower from, actually from the same die set that I used on the that bunny card. So it came with that. And then this is an older die that I've had from Magnolia. So there's that. And another thing that I'll show you is that Carolyn Vega from Teatime and Dolls has asked that we send her, for her birthday, some little notebook covers. That's what I'm calling it. She made a video on it. And I decided to send her some, and that's why I need a rush to get this in the mail before it's too late. So she's going to be giving these to young girls with a project that she mentioned that she's doing, which is to help them work on their self-esteem and that sort of thing, and I thought that was absolutely beautiful. I'm all for it. And so I made them in this style. with the specifications that she gave, which was the particular height and width that she wanted. And what I did with mine was that, of course, I added butterflies because I love adding butterflies to anything. And I stamped the sentiment, both have the same, it says always be joyful. She wanted something that would be happy for the girls and encouraging, so I thought that would be great. I layered that with a paper doily and then other papers to match underneath that I also embossed. And then she wanted a tag for the little girls to be able to write their name on their particular ones that they choose. So I added this little tag here, and then it tucks behind here. And then this die here I used to cover up the ribbon, and then I used also from the same paper collection a little piece of ephemera there that I cut. I also used a Martha Stewart punch to give it a pretty scallop edge here, and then I used golden thread that I did stitch through here, and just that little border in gold and white. And I thought it turned out really sweet. The ribbon also has gold in it, and the back I covered with a little circles and then a little heart there. And it also has that little border, which is barely visible because of course it's the same color of the paper, or same print, but it opens like so, and they're different on the inside, just barely. But she's going to be placing the note paper, which will go on this side and on this side here. And then over here I placed a little heart, and then I made the swan with my cameo, and because it was a Maggie Holmes design, I did add the glitter, the gold glitter on that swan. And yeah, so that's my little project. Oh, and this little tag here is tied onto the butterfly with the pink ribbon, so it can be untied to take it off and place back on again. And I'm hoping that this is suitable and that she likes it. I tried to go with the soft colors that Carolyn had asked for, which were the soft pastels, and I love working in those colors as well. It's endearing, I guess, you know. So these are going to go in here just for the sake of, you know, making sure the presentation is pretty for that. And so that's going to go in with what I'm sending out, together with those little embellishments that I just decided to send to her. And then, as a little something extra, I made her this little bag here with one of the little dolls that I've been working on recently, and I showed it in another video. And what I did was that I used that as the embellishment on this beautiful bag that I made with a tonic die set. I used the same little ribbon here. Actually, no, it is not the same. This one has pink, and I added a pink bow with a pearl there, and then those little gems there that I thought looked like a little bouquet of flowers. And that's all on a die set, or a star-shaped die, I should say. I did use ephemera also to add that pink and gold there, and I also inked the edges of that with a little bit of pink to emulate what's going on in the ribbon and the outfit there. And then I used this paper collection that has pink and white because it has little flowers, and you can see they're like little champagne bottles and that sort of thing. And it's very intricate, so I thought that would be appropriate, even though what's inside is very just simple. There's nothing extravagant going on the inside at all. I just liked it, and I thought I would share it with Carolyn. So this here says "Hello Gorgeous," and I've just clipped that on here, and I made this little butterfly with vellum and gold thread. I stitched that through there, added a pearl and a little flower or little rose, again mimicking what's going on in the paper line. And then I added another little die there so that I could clip that on like a little, you know, tag. And it closes on the other side, but once the contents are out, it'll actually stay closed. So that's that, and I don't think I'm going to keep going because I do have to head out to the mail, to the post office to send this out. So I just wanted to share this very quickly. And yeah, you can always reach me at paintsandglitter@gmail.com if you have any questions, or on Facebook as Encourage Arts. I hope you can be inspired and be blessed. Have a great day. Bye-bye.